God bless you. God bless you wherever you are in the world. This is Prophetess Dr. Gloria Barksdale, and this is week 11 of Woman at the Well from Shame to Fame. Our topic this week is emotionally well. Emotionally well. We're going to talk about the language of feelings, how to identify and validate your emotions. The scripture readings for this week would be Psalms 34:18, Proverbs 17:22, and Ecclesiastes 3:4. The juxtaposition to the woman at the well is the burden of her past. The burden of her past. Listen, we have to recognize and be able to name our feelings. Move beyond fine to articulating your true emotional state. The woman at the well carried the burden of her past. It was a silent accumulation of shame, disappointment, and social pain. We're going to validate the reality of emotional pain while pointing to the comforter. We have to acknowledge that the wound is the first step toward healing, according to Psalms 34:18. Listen, emotions are messengers. Emotions are not the enemy. Emotions are signals. You have to learn to pause and ask yourself, what is this feeling trying to tell me about my needs or my boundaries? The heart's brokenness. Psalm 34:18 shows us that God is near the brokenhearted and crushed in spirit. He acknowledges emotional brokenness to invite him in as the divine healer. Let me say that again. He acknowledges the emotional brokenness so that he can be invited in as the divine healer. When we talk about healing through expression, let's talk about Proverbs 17:22. A joyful heart is good medicine. Another version of that says laughter is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Emotional suppression is toxic. Healthy expression, grief, laughter, and lament is medicinal. Emotional suppression is toxic, but grief, laughter, and lament is medicinal. So listen, don't hold it in. There's another scripture that says, be angry and sin not. There's another one that says, don't let the sun go down on your wrath. We cannot bottle up these emotions. We have to tell God how we feel, even though, we're deep. We know He knows. But say, God, this is how I feel about this. Check me and see if this is how I should be feeling. Am I over emotionalizing? Am I too sensitive? But is this a legitimate reason or a legitimate feeling that I should have about this thing at this point in time? And speaking of time, there is a scripture that says there is a time for everything. Ecclesiastes 3:4 says, there's a time to weep, a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance. So listen, God ordained the full spectrum of emotion. Spiritual maturity is feeling right and appropriately. So listen, we want to make sure that we understand that it's okay to feel. It's okay to have emotions. Don't look at your past and just try to brush it under the rug, suppress it, become depressed about it. Talk about it to the right people. Talk about it to the one who made you. Let God come in and be your divine healer. Let Him heal those broken places so that your emotions won't overwhelm you. Your emotions won't control you. You control them. Listen, that was week number 11 of Woman at the Well, as we talked about the language of feelings, how to identify and validate your emotions. Again, the scriptures for your meditation this week are Psalm 34:18, Proverbs 17:22, and Ecclesiastes 3:4. God bless you until I see you again on Woman at the Well.